Good morning, everyone. And I am Juliana Cabrera, and I'm here with my classmates, Pamela Valencia and Dayana Oyuela. Our topic for today is representation of indigenous people. We are studying English in Living Form, and our professor is Erika Maria Jimenez. We hope you enjoyed the presentation and learn something new. Thank you.
So we're gonna start with the story about the celebration of Thanksgiving of Indigenous people. The story that many people learned in the first grade school about the history of Thanksgiving in the United States is based on historically inaccurate myths that fail to recognize the devastation caused by the colonialism of early European immigrants, including genocide, the theft of lands, forced assimilation, and cultural appropriation. According to many historians, it was in 1637 when the first Thanksgiving Day was officially declared. But according to those same historical data, it was not a dinner of coexistence between colonists and natives. The following story arose from an interview with Giovanni Saucedo, who has indigenous roots. There is an ethnic group called the Pukot natives, and they went to rest at night because it was a celebration for them all day that day. And the Steelers called them to come out, called the men, and the men of the ethnic group came out, and the settlers killed the men. And then they left the women and the children inside little towns, and then the Steelers burned the town, and 700 of people died. The next day, Giovanni says that the governor of Massachusetts officially declared a day of giving thanks for the victory against the natives, and after that, the claim of taking position of what were indigenous lands. Currently, indigenous people do not declare it, but they say that recognize the territory in which they are located. Many are unaware of this story, and they say that in school they aren't taught that Thanksgiving is to celebrate the union of the Steelers and the Indians. It was to celebrate the union between them, that they say. That's why the meaning of Thanksgiving Day for some Aboriginal communities is different. This date serves many natives' family as the perfect opportunity not only to recognize the favor of the land where they live, but also to honor the sacrifice of their ancestors, as many natives refuse to celebrate Thanksgiving, while some see it as a day of mourning, protesting, and genocide caused against their ancestor and current oppression. So, knowing the true history of Thanksgiving opens the way to a decolonizing approach to the Thanksgiving. We are rejecting the myths to prevail about this celebration and the harmful stereotypes that have reinforced the oppression of Native peoples.
For many traditional American communities, Thanksgiving Day is not celebration but rather a time of reflection and protest. It's a reminder of the hardships and injustice they have faced since the arrival of European settlers. However, there are some Native American traditions that are connected to the harvest and giving thanks for the land and community business fields. Thanksgiving fetes many Native American groups celebrate harvest festival where food like corn, turkey, and squash is shared among the community. These foods were significant to the indigenous people long before the arrival of the pilgrims. Powwows, some Native American communities organize powwows which are gathering involve music, dancing, and feasting. These events are a way of celebrating culture and tradition with particular honor their ancestors. Reflection and protection. Native Americans use this time to reflection on the history and the impact of European colonization. They may be seen as a reminder of the displacement and challenge faced by indigenous communities and some engage in protests to raise awareness about these issues. Giving thanks to the earth, many Native American traditions focus on giving thanks to the earth. To this result, and some communities have ceremonies dedicated to expressing gratitude for the harvest and natural world.
Today, we will discuss the historical relationships, the pilgrims, and the Wampoan people. We will also explore who this relation is represented in modern narratives. Let's begin with the popular representation that often idealizes the relationship. The cycling is as peaceful coexisting and the mutual cooperation. Okay, the pilgrims and the one poem are usually shows as rutherford figures wearing simplified clothing, which may not always have been historically accurate. Okay, however, the historical reality must have been more complex. The alliance between the pilgrims and the Wampum was not based of friendship, but rather unnecessary. Okay, both groups have to seek protection against other tribes in the case of the Wampum and against rival colonial groups for the pilgrims. For example, the pilgrims is William Bradford or Guillermo Bradford, a leader of the pilgrims, may have needed to convince Massoid, um, the Wampoa leader, to trust the sellers. Okay, this might not have reflected the full historical truth. The alliance could have been stronger if mutual trust had existed. Okay, in modern times, many indigenous communities, including the Wampuan, believe that Tasmanian representation failed to recognize. The complexity of their story, this representation should have highlighted both gratitude and historical truths, but incited tend to oversimplify. Okay, for some, Thanksgiving is considered a painful reminder of colonization. On the same days, many indigenous groups, such as the Wampoan, observe the National Day of Mourning to honor um, the super fate their tribes experience during and after colonization. This might have been avoided if the indigenous voices has been valued. It's important to acknowledge these perspectives so we can better understand the history behind the holiday. And thank you for your attention. We hope this representation has helped you reflect on the broader concept of Thanksgiving in the eyes for the indigenous people and Wampuan people. Thank you. Bye bye.